What's good, YouTube? You know what I'm saying? We back with another banger. You know what I mean? And today, y'all see by the title, we just reacting to some Adolf Hitler. You know what I mean? So we about to see how the nigga was moving. You know what I'm saying? I heard the nigga was moving militant. So we about to see how good it was looking. Get your popcorn. You know what I'm saying? Chill with the boy. And let's vibe.
Is speeding towards the Reich Chancellery. Inside sits Adolf Hitler. Escorting him to the critical meeting is his elite security convoy. But what they don't realize is that straight ahead is a deadly trap. A woman is hiding a weapon in her stroller. Nearby, a sniper lies concealed in the bushes. However, this is not the only attack that's waiting. Along the route, a man waits beneath the bridge with a Molotov. Further on, a bomb sits buried.
That is insane. I'm not gonna lie. Like, just imagine 3 attempts on your life in one day. Like, nigga, that's crazy. Like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. And the fact that he survived through all this shows you how fucking nasty that nigga was. That nigga could not be fucked with. I'm telling you. Around this area right here, that was a bad motherfucker.
Beneath the road. And finally, a heavy machine gun used against low-flying planes is hidden within a delivery van. During the war, Hitler's car was never actually tested. So we used 3D animation to rebuild the most advanced car of its time and put it against 4 scenarios to find out what Hitler could have survived. Less than 400 feet ahead, the first attack is already in position. At the front of the 9-car convoy, 2 BMW R75 motorcycles clear the road, their sidecars carrying machine guns and radios to alert the convoy behind about anything suspicious. Hitler's Mercedes rides in the center, stretching over 19.6 feet long, 6.9 feet wide, and 6.2 feet tall. Under the hood is a 7.7-liter inline 8-cylinder engine, capable of producing 230 horsepower, twice that of a normal car. But all of that power is weighed down by 10,500 pounds of steel, armor, and glass to protect Hitler against any possible threat. Or at least, that is what the Nazis think. The front security passes. The woman pulls out metal caltrop spikes and hurls them into the road. Hitler's driver can't swerve fast enough. The sniper waits for the Mercedes to stop, but it does the complete opposite. Despite looking ordinary, these tires have been designed for situations far worse. Mounted on 19-inch armored steel wheels, inside, each tire is divided into 20 individual subchambers, sealed off from each other with reinforced rubber walls.
Stupid! Nigga, you ain't think I was gonna be ready for that? That's why I stayed ready, so I wanted to get ready. That's crazy. Nigga had bulletproof tires before the shit was already in the fucking U.S. Whoo, that's a bad motherfucker, bro. Wait, nigga, you thought them little spikes was gonna get me? Nigga, I'm Adolf.
When punctured, rather than the whole tire, only a few individual chambers are affected and deflate. The remaining chambers stay intact and continue to carry the full weight of the car. The Mercedes continues as if nothing has happened. But the element of surprise is lost. Hitler knows he's in danger, and 3 more traps stand in the way before reaching the Reich Chancellery. Just 500 feet ahead stands a bridge, creating a strategically vulnerable choke point. A resistance fighter waits in the shadows, watching the road. Hitler's convoy will be here any second. The man tightens his grip on the Molotov. This throw has to be perfect. Due to the car weighing the equivalent of an elephant, Mercedes built a special steel chassis using reinforced oval side beams joined by 6 cross members. In the trunk sits a spare wheel. At 220 pounds of weight, it's too heavy to lift by hand. So a custom-built lifting mechanism has been installed.
Damn.
The car is finished in gloss black, a statement of power, dominance, and the absolute authority of Hitler and the Nazi Party. Inside the cabin, The detailing is even more impressive. A built-in radio and speakers keep the driver in direct contact with the escort vehicles. The interior is lined with custom-made leather upholstery and polished wood veneer. It looks like the cabin of a luxury yacht, not a military vehicle. A windshield heater and cabin air heater maintain visibility and comfort, even in freezing conditions. Within arm's reach, in hidden compartments sit 3 MP40 machine pistols, loaded and ready if the car is forced to stop. The Mercedes gets into range. The man hurls the Molotov at the car. Flames erupt across the hood. Inside the cabin, the driver's view disappears behind a wall of fire. Normally, this would be catastrophic. Flames would pass through gaps in the bonnet, reaching the engine bay, causing the car to ignite and shut down. But Hitler's Mercedes does something completely unexpected. Beneath the hood, components are built from steel, making them highly fire-resistant. Sodium-cooled exhaust valves protect the engine against extreme heat.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. When I get some real money, bro, I gotta come back to this video. Like, this nigga is 10 steps ahead of his enemies. Like, his ops don't have a clue. Like, they don't know what to do. They're running out of options. Like, you telling me this nigga car did not burn up? Who is this nigga?
And the large bay creates buffer zones so fire can't easily spread between parts. So, as the flames from the Molotov burn across the hood, they have nothing to feed on. The Mercedes keeps running. A direct attack on the fuel tank is even harder. Hitler's Mercedes only achieves around 4 to 6 miles per gallon, so it carries a massive 51-gallon fuel tank, providing between 200 and 300 miles of range. To prevent leaks, Mercedes borrowed technology from German military aircraft. The tank is surrounded by armor plating and is lined with 10mm self-sealing rubber. If a bullet or fragment punctures the tank, the fuel reacts with the treated rubber. The lining swells, and the hole seals itself. The tank can handle the vibration, temperature swings, and high-pressure fuel loads of a fighter plane at altitude. In a normal car, those conditions never come close to being met. But that's the point. The components are overbuilt by a factor of 10. It doesn't just resist fire, it resists everything. The flames burn out. Hitler's Mercedes continues en route. Although Hitler has survived the Molotov unscathed, the danger isn't over. The next obstacle is far more deadly. But while physical protection is good, it doesn't protect you from online threats. In the US alone, 8 out of 10 people had their private information exposed last year. This includes social security numbers, financial records, and home addresses. Criminals can use these details to open new credit cards and take out massive loans in your name, or carry out a variety of other attacks while you face all the consequences. The worst thing is that your information stays out there, ready for any bad actor to exploit again. Removing it yourself takes hundreds of hours, and the data keeps coming back. But Incogni changes that. They contact these brokers, get your data removed, and repeat the process every time it resurfaces. Instead of hundreds of hours, all it takes is 60 seconds to set up. Go to incogni.com/8. Unlike most cars of this era that have 3 gears, this car has a 5-speed manual transmission. The extra ratios give the driver precise control at both low and high speeds. The Mercedes uses a Roots-type supercharger designed by Ferdinand Porsche. Most cars use 1 spark plug per cylinder to ignite the engine's combustion system. But the 770K has 2. If one fails, the other keeps firing, allowing the combustion process to continue so the car can escape from any danger. But what Hitler doesn't realize is that less than 1.5 miles away is the car's greatest test yet. The Resistance has a high-ranking insider who was provided intel of Hitler's route, allowing them to place the explosive in the center of the road, exactly where Hitler's car will pass. Above, a crowd is gathering. People have heard they may catch a glimpse of the mighty Fuhrer. Because of Hitler's obsession with public ceremony, many versions of the Mercedes 770K were created. One version was the convertible, a propaganda tool designed so the crowd can see him. The Mercedes is physically larger than almost any civilian vehicle on the road. It dwarfs the crowd to intimidate and signal power. Hitler's passenger side seat retracts back, revealing a little podium. The floor has been raised by 5 inches. Counting the height of the car on the raised floor, it boosts Hitler's standing height of 5'8" to 7'10" above the ground, a symbol of untouchability. But while this makes him visible to the public, it also makes him a target. With the top down, Hitler is completely exposed from the chest up. A single well-placed shot could end everything. Before the war, Hitler was less concerned. The threat to his life seemed distant. However, everything has changed now. The landmine capable of disabling military tanks is less than half a mile away. Further along, the heavy machine gun used against low-flying planes is positioned 1.8 miles away. The resistance is confident that Hitler will not survive this final stretch. The convoy pushes deeper into the city. 2 nearly identical cars flank Hitler's Mercedes, one on each side. From the outside, they look the same. The goal is to protect the main car from the sides and confuse any attacker about which car carries Hitler. Inside are the Führerbegleitkommando, Hitler's hand-picked elite SS bodyguards. The Führerbegleitkommando started as just 8 men in 1932, assigned to provide around-the-clock protection. By now, it has grown into a full security operation, spanning every vehicle in the convoy. Further back, a 3rd car carries Hitler's assistants and his personal physician, Dr. Theo Morell. He travels everywhere with Hitler. If the Führer is injured, he's the one that treats him within minutes. At the very rear of the convoy, motorcycle outriders watch for threats and block any unofficial vehicle from approaching or entering the convoy. But right now, the biggest threat isn't behind, it's beneath. Under the road, the pressure-activated landmine is 560 feet away. The Mercedes trajectory is positioned in the middle of the road, exactly as the resistance predicted. The gathering crowd waves their flags, completely unaware of what is about to unfold. The convoy enters the busy street. Ahead, the mine is pressure-activated, calibrated to trigger when the weight of the Mercedes passes over it. It's waiting for Hitler. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. The driver changes direction. The entire convoy follows. Audience members stand in confusion. This isn't the first time this has happened, and it won't be the last. To remove any sense of predictability, confirmed routes are changed at the last possible moment, stopping even high-ranking Nazis from knowing Hitler's route. Decoy schedules are leaked to mislead potential attackers, and drivers are trained to change course on instinct if anything feels wrong. But what if the car had driven over the mine? The underside of the Mercedes 770K is reinforced with an 11mm steel plate that runs the full length of the floor. The plates are treated with manganese, a material that hardens steel and increases its resistance to impact. When an explosion detonates beneath the car, the blast pushes upward. The steel plate absorbs that force and spreads it across the entire base of the car, rather than letting it punch through at a single point. Against a standard grenade or anti-personnel mine, the cabin holds. The passengers walk away unscathed. But it's not invincible. Anti-tank mines would tear through nearly anything. 3 traps have failed, and Hitler is still on schedule for his critical meeting. But the final one is different. There's no avoiding it, no route change that can help, and it's aimed directly at the one weakness Hitler's car still has. An MG-42 sits hidden in the back of a truck. It is the most advanced machine gun, capable of firing up to 1,500 rounds per minute. It can shred through almost anything. Every other attempt has failed. It's the last shot they have at killing the Führer. Hitler's Mercedes is moving with speed. less than 900 feet away from the final obstacle. The earlier attacks revealed something the resistance didn't know before. Hitler only sits in the back when traveling in the company of an important guest. Today, there are no guests, so Hitler is sitting in the front seat beside his hand-picked chauffeur, Erich Kempe, which means it's easier to target. But that's not all. Stopping 5.3 tons of steel is no small task. The brakes have been reinforced with hydraulic drums with dual cylinders and vacuum servo assistance, using engine vacuum to multiply the stopping force. And yet, the car still struggles to brake. So once the convoy enters the kill zone, the only way out is forward. Hitler's Mercedes comes into sight. The tarpaulin drops, and the gunner inside opens fire. The Fuhrer ducks as bullets smash into the Mercedes-Benz. Hitler's driver slams on the accelerator. Bullets strike the armor, ricocheting off the steel. Kempe keeps his hands steady on the wheel, his eyes locked on the road ahead. Multiple bikers are taken out. The first layer of the car's extensive armor consists of 18mm steel body panels, 18 times thicker than a standard car panel. The doors of the 770K are 4.7-inch thick, twice that of a regular car. They weigh over 330 pounds. Above, the windows are 45mm thick. It's state-of-the-art bulletproof Panzer glass, manufactured by the Sigla company. Panzer glass is made of sheets of glass bonded together with transparent resin. But that comes with a cost. The resin between the sheets gives the window a faint greenish tint, slightly distorting the view. When a bullet strikes, the outer layer shatters and absorbs the initial impact. The resin layer catches the fragments and spreads the force across the next sheet. Layer after layer, the bullet's energy is drained until it stops completely. Kempe floors the accelerator. The Mercedes 770K breaks through the gunfire and continues toward the Reich Chancellery. Inside the cabin, the driver looks over at Hitler. He is unharmed. They have survived all the attacks and will reach the Reich Chancellery in time for the critical meeting. All three ambushes have failed. The resistance must wait to strike another day. Only 88 Mercedes-Benz 770Ks were built, each one made to order, with the exact cost either classified or destroyed by the regime before the war ended. No two cars were exactly alike. Every vehicle was hand-assembled at the Mercedes Sindelfingen plant by a dedicated team working separately from the normal production line. Hitler's requirements were the most demanding. A team of 56 men worked on his car, with Hitler personally inspecting the process to ensure the armor and workmanship met his standards. But the true legacy of the Mercedes 770K lies beyond who commissioned it. It lies in the engineering, meticulous design, and extraordinary craftsmanship. We spent...
That was a crazy video, chat. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I wasn't even trying to talk through that one, bro. Like, that shit was juicy, man. I ain't gonna lie. If I ever get paid like that, I definitely gotta come to terms like Hit. Cause Hitler, boy, he won't play no games.